With your Lordship permission, the proceeding will now begin.
Yes.
We are gathered here today to bid farewell to Honorable Master Justice I.P. Mukerji, Honorable the Chief Justice of the High Court of Meghalaya. On behalf of the Registry, I welcome your Lordship, Honorable Master Justice I.P. Mukerji, Madam Chief Justice, Madam B. Mukerji, Honorable Judges, Justice H.H. Thank you, Justice W. Dingdo, Justice P. Bhattacharjee. I also welcome the Advocate General, Additional Advocate General, Judicial Officer, Deputy Solicitor General, Senior Advocate, President Secretaries of the and Executive Member of the High Court Bar Association and the Shillong Bar Association. I also extend my warm welcome to the friends and family members of our Lordship. A brief history about His Lordship. Honorable Master Justice I.P. Mukerji was born on 6 September 1963 into a family of lawyers, and both His Lordship's father and paternal grandfather were barrister and senior advocate at the Calcutta High Court. His Lordship received his education from St. Xavier School, College in Calcutta, and later obtained an LLB degree from the University of Calcutta and University of London. His Lordship was enrolled as an advocate on 2nd July 1990 and practiced at Calcutta High Court with a focus on civil law. Before elevation to the bench, His Lordship served as a senior panel counsel for the Government of India, Damodar Valley Corporation, and in 2005 also briefly taught at National University of Judicial Science, Kolkata. His Lordship was also a member of the ILR Committee of the Calcutta High Court and a General Committee of the Bar Library Club. His Lordship was elevated to the bench of the Calcutta High Court as a permanent judge on 18 May 2009 and was appointed as the Chief Justice of the High Court of Meghalaya on 21st 9 2024 and took oath on 3rd 10 2024. After taking charge of the High Court of Meghalaya, His Lordship took keen interest in the development of the judiciary in the state, both at the High Court and the District Court level. On the judicial front, to mention a few, His Lordship sitting in the single bench and the division has been instrumental in disposing many matters, including the main matters and the miscellaneous matter, in a short span of time of about 10 months. Under the direction of His Lordship, an action plan in the High Court and District Judiciary has been implemented to reduce areas for early disposal of cases in the court. On the administrative side, His Lordship initiative, guidance and support, the permanent court building of the subdivisional court at Daringri was inaugurated on 22nd March 2025, and His Lordship has also played a significant role towards the overall development of the judicial structure in the state. Another noteworthy initiative of His Lordship is a proposal for establishment of a full-time medical unit, which will be meant for the officers, lawyers, and family members of the registry. His Lordship has also been instrumental in organizing training, seminars, and various programs in the High Court, wherein prominent judges of the country have also attended. Among such judges are Honorable Master Justice Surya Khan, Judge Supreme Court of India, and Honorable Master Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, former Chief Justice of India. His Lordship has also been generous enough to extend the accommodation of the Meghalaya or the members of the Shillong Bar Association in the annex building of this High Court till an alternative arrangement is made. We are indeed thankful to Your Lordship's contribution toward the development of the judiciary in the state. May I now request Shri Amit Kumar, Advocate General of Meghalaya, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Justice, Justice I.P. Mukerji, Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thank you, Honorable Justice W. Dingdo, Honorable Justice B. Bhattacharjee, Madam Vasudha Mukerji, esteemed law officers of central and state government, senior advocates, office bearer of Bar Association, my colleagues at Bar, Registrar General, officials and staff of the High Court, registry, officers of state government, and all distinguished members of this gathering. A very good afternoon to all. We have gathered here to bid farewell to a distinguished jurist, Honorable Chief Justice I.P. Mukerji. This occasion is both solemn and celebratory. Solemn as it marks the conclusion of Your Lordship's remarkable judicial journey, and celebratory as it allows us to reflect with gratitude on a life in law that has inspired both the bar and bench. My Lord, your life in the law began not merely with textbook, but with lived experience. Born into family where law was both vocation and tradition. From this lineage of law, the values of discipline and integrity came naturally to your lordship. Educated at St. Xavier School and College, Kolkata, your lordship went on to study law at the University of Calcutta and further pursued higher studies at the University of London. In 1990, your lordship began practice on the civil side of Calcutta High Court, where your lordship's clarity, diligence soon earned recognition. Your lordship served as a senior advocate on the panel of Government of India as well as Damodar Valley Corporation before being appointed as a permanent judge of Calcutta High Court on 18th May 2009. It is well known that your lordship fondly remembers visiting courts after school, walking through the corridors of Calcutta High Court, absorbing the atmosphere and listening quietly the arguments. For most children, the courtroom is a distant place. For you, my lord, it became familiar before it became formal. That early fascination, cultivation in the shadow of great jurists would eventually grow into a life of service on the bench. In October 2024, destiny brought you to Shillong, where you assumed charge as Chief Justice of High Court of Meghalaya. A distinctive hallmark of your lordship's judgment has been your unique style of writing judgment. In an age where judgments are often couched in dense, complex and technical language, your lordship has always chosen clarity in judgments. Complex issues were distilled so that even the most intricate of questions could be understood not only by lawyers, but by the citizen whom the law ultimately serves. This approach is a testament to your lordship's great legal sharpness and commitment to justice for the masses. Equally striking are the sheer number that reflect your lordship's diligence. In this brief tenure as the Chief Justice of Meghalaya, judgments were authored in 138 connected and unconnected cases, and more than 1330 orders were passed. Each one bore the same hallmark of simplicity and precision. I vividly recall your first words to me, quote, "I am not here only to enjoy the beauty of Meghalaya, but to do justice to the people of Meghalaya." That spirit defined the tenure of your lordship. Another defining feature of your lordship's judicial philosophy has been your belief in the power of dialogue and resolution over adversarial contest. Your judicial philosophy was marked by restraint, dialogue, and reconciliation. In a matter concerning disputed religious land, your wise counsel that since religious land and religious sentiments are involved, an effort must be made to resolve the matter amicably through mediation, demonstrated that justice need not always flow through decree, it can equally arise from understanding. This philosophy of justice rooted in dialogue was reflected in diverse matters that came before your lordship. In public interest litigation concerning the death of crematoria for Khasi, Jaintia and Hindu communities, your lordships displayed both sensitivity and statesmanship. Rather than allowing the dispute to fester, your lordship encouraged dialogue and practical resolution, resulting in amicable arrangement for communities to share the crematoria while respecting their distinct tradition. Your lordship's vision of justice as fairness in context was equally evident in matter concerning hawkers and street vendors in Police Bazaar, Shillong. Recognizing the livelihood concern of licensed vendors, your lordships ensured that they were not uprooted overnight, while also preserving order in one of the busiest public spaces in the state. In the public interest litigation concerning the menace of stray dogs, the lordship once again showed a blend of compassion and pragmatism. While recognizing the threat to public safety, your lordship ensured that solutions never lost sight of animal welfare, directing sterilization, sheltering, and rehabilitation in line with statutory mandates. Importantly, your lordships expanded the scope of proceedings beyond Shillong to cover the entire state, ensuring that human and scientific measures were not left as a piece of paper but became living instrument of governance. Such judicial realism, firm in purpose yet considerate of context, has been defining characteristic of your lordship's approach to justice. Your Lordship's approach to balancing development and environmental protection was also witnessed in a recent matter concerning Shillong-Dawki highway, wherein Your Lordships issued directions for appropriate afforestation while recognizing the strategic importance of the project for Meghalaya's connectivity, reinforcing the infrastructure must be pursued responsibly, not recklessly. In the equally long pending case relating to policy of state government to create central bonded warehouse, Your Lordship presided over more than 25 sittings of intense hearing, a true judicial marathon. Your Lordships pronounced the judgment yesterday with patience and depth. Your balanced constitutional principle with economic pragmatism, upholding the rules but surrounding them with safeguards against arbitrariness and misuse. Your Lordships believed in doing substantive justice rather than being tied down by way of procedure. The refreshing approach of Your Lordship reassured litigant and instilled trust and confidence in the judicial system. In your time as a Chief Justice, this institution saw notable reform. A 3-month statewide mediation drive was launched, aiming to fast-track resolution of pending civil and family matters through amicable means. This effort not only reduced the backlog, but reaffirmed the court's commitment to restorative and non-adversarial justice. These are the achievements that will endure beyond your time on the bench. My Lord, beyond the law reports and judgment, what many of us will remember most is your simplicity and human touch. Your Lordship's quiet dignity, humility, and unwavering courtesy have endeared you to colleagues, staff, and members of the bar. I remember Your Lordship said, our profession is more of theatre and less of a movie. Such was the emphasis of Your Lordship to ensure that our cherished profession retained its sanctity. Your Lordships never missed an opportunity to encourage junior members of the bar, going even to the extent of recognizing the merit of juniors by incorporating words of encouragement in the orders. As Advocate General, I have had the privilege of working closely with Your Lordship in the discharge of our respective constitutional duties. Our roles often intersected, both in courts and matters concerning the functioning of the institution. In every such engagement, Your Lordships displays firmness without rigidity and authority without arrogance. That balance between reason and restraint, between discipline and compassion, is not easy to maintain. Yet Your Lordships upheld it consistently. Your courtroom was one where decorum was demanded, but fairness was never compromised. Juniors were encouraged and state was held to account, and justice was dispensed with dignity. Your Lordship ensured that this institution remained accessible, effective, and responsive to the concerns of both governance and the governed. These qualities have not only strengthened the institution, but have also set a standard for the bar and bench alike. As you now lay down the ropes of judicial office, a new chapter unfolds. A chapter where there will be more time for reflection, family, and personal pursuits. Madam Mukerji too has been a constant source of warmth and strength, and we gratefully acknowledge her grace and presence in this journey. But while Your Lordships may retire from the bench, your influence on the institution, on the law, and on all of us who had the privilege of appearing before you will endure. On behalf of the Office of Advocate General and the people of Meghalaya, I extend our deepest gratitude and warmest wishes to Your Lordship and your family. May you be blessed with robust health, happiness, and fulfillment in all the years ahead. As you step into the new chapter, may each day bring you the same clarity, balance, and grace that Your Lordship brought to the bench, and may legacy continue to guide this institution for generations to come. With this, the highest regard and deepest appreciation, I now have the honor of formally bidding farewell to Your Lordship. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. N. Muzika, Deputy Solicitor General, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Chief Justice, Justice I.P. Mukerji, Justice S.S. Thank you, Justice W. Dingdo, Justice Bhattacharjee, Madam Banerjee, the Advocate General of the State, my esteemed colleagues, judicial officers, and members of the registry. We gather today with deep respect and affection to bid farewell to our Honorable Chief Justice, as His Lordship is demitting office today after a distinguished career in law and justice. As Learned Advocate General, as already mentioned, my lord, your lordship was born on 6th September 1963 into a family of very eminent lawyers. Your lordship's father and grandfather were the eminent lawyers of Calcutta High Court. Your lordship inherited a tradition of excellence in the legal profession. Your lordship had education at St. Xavier's School and College, Calcutta, followed by law degrees from University of Calcutta and University of London. This equipped strong foundation in legal profession. Your lordship's journey of legal profession started at Calcutta High Court in July 1990. Your lordship was elevated as permanent judge of Calcutta High Court on 18th May 2009, which marked the beginning of a long and illustrious judicial career. Your lordship took oath as the Chief Justice of the High Court of Meghalaya on the 3rd October 24. Your lordship has guided the High Court of Meghalaya and the entire judiciary in Meghalaya with dignity and vision. Your lordship's tenure has been defined not only by sharp reasoning but also by compassion and fairness. Like Portia in Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, your lordship's judgment reflected the timeless wisdom that the quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives him and him that takes. Justice in courtroom number 1 was never mechanical. It was a justice seasoned with mercy, justice seasoned with kindness. What stand out most is not only your lordship's legal acumen, but the kindness and mercy with which your lordship dispensed justice. Your lordship balanced the rigors of law with the gentleness of understanding. Your lordship saw not just the letters of the statute, but the lives behind the cases. In doing so, your lordship affirmed that the true justice is not sternness alone, but fairness tempered with mercy and kindness and equity. If I may just give examples of 1 or 2 cases of mercy and kindness of your lordship, I recollect one case of judicial magistrates, which I argued before. I had the privilege of arguing before your lordship. The second case, just yesterday, that was a case of Director of Science and Technology Department Secretary, and lordship gave me indulgence by expunging the remarks purely on humanitarian grounds and showing mercy and kindness. As your lordship demits office today, we celebrate your lordship's unwavering dedication to law and to justice, and your lordship's vision that heals as much as it adjudicates. Your lordship is not leaving behind just the precedents in law, but also enduring lessons in humanity. On my own behalf and on behalf of the Union of India, I wish your lordship a fulfilling and joyful retirement. May this next chapter be as rich and rewarding as the legacy your lordship is leaving behind. I'm much obliged.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Shri K.S. Kenjing, Senior Advocate and President of the High Court Bar Association, to address the gallery.
Honorable Mr. Justice I.P. Mukerji, Chief Justice, Madam Vasudha Mukerji, Honorable Mr. Justice H.S. Thankyu, Honorable Mr. Justice W. Dengdo, Honorable Mr. Justice B. Bhattacharya, respected Advocate General, Registrar General, Member of the Judiciary, Staff of the High Court, my colleague, distinguished member of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a solemn yet proud occasion for us to gather here today to bid farewell to our esteemed Honorable Mr. Justice I.P. Mukerji. Chief Justice has reached the age of superannuation as per provision of the Constitution, who now lay down the office after a distinguished tenure. On behalf of the High Court of Meghalaya Bar Association and also of all the lawyers of the state of Meghalaya, I extend our deepest gratitude and admiration for the invaluable contribution your Lordship has made to the bench with advocating for increasing the strength of the bar by initiating steps for better litigation, by advocating for transfer of cases from the High Court, from the other High Court to this Meghalaya High Court, and to the cause of justice. Honorable Mr. Justice I.P. Mukerji has been one of the remarkable commitment and dedication from the very beginning of your Lordship career, where as an advocate at the bar or later at the bench, who carried with you the values of integrity, diligence, and humility. Your judgment reflects not only a profound understanding of law, but also a rare sense of fairness and compassion. The hallmark of your tenure has been the ability to blend strict legal reasoning with human concern of society. Time and again, your Lordship, in his action, has reminded us what the law is, that the law is not merely a set of rigid rules, but a living testament meant to save justice and uphold the dignity of every individual. And your Lordship has displayed endurance, perseverance, and affinity toward living beings and the community, as is evident in the location of hawker and street vendor in the PIL 17 of 2021 and PIL number 9 of 20 of 2024, along with the PIL number 4 of 2024 with regard to the inoculation, vaccination, and medical attention to the stray dog in the state. As we bid farewell today, we do not merely mark the end of the institution of illustrious judicial career, we also celebrate a legacy that will continue to inspire generation of lawyers and judges alike. Though your Lordship leaves the bench, your wisdom and experience will remain a beacon for all of us. On behalf of the Meghalaya High Court Bar Association and the legal fraternity of the state of Meghalaya, I wish your Lordship good health, happiness, and fulfillment in this new chapter of life. May the years ahead be filled with peace and joy. Honorable Mr. Justice I.P. Mukerji, Chief Justice, we salute your service, your integrity, and your unwavering commitment to justice. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request His Lordship, Honorable Mr. Justice I.P. Mukerji, Honorable the Chief Justice, High Court Meghalaya, to kindly give his reply.
My most respected brothers on the bench, Justice Thank You, Justice Dindo, and Justice Bhattacharya, Learned Advocate General, Learned Deputy Solicitor General, the Additional Advocates General, Senior Advocates, members of the Bar, Registrar General, members of the Registry, members of the District Judiciary, officers and staff of the court, learned lawyers, ladies and gentlemen. This gathering itself, this large gathering itself, is ample proof that I live in your hearts. That is why you have come and assembled here to wish me bye-bye. It's been a long innings for me of more than 16 years on the bench. An innings where I have seen various shades of the judiciary and the changes in the judiciary, and it has indeed been a very wholesome experience, an experience which I will cherish for the rest of my life. This stage I would call what is called Banprastha, that is the third stage of life where one should spend in God realization. My innings here on this bench would not be complete without my acknowledgement of the tremendous contribution and companionship that I enjoyed with Justice Dindo, sitting on the bench with his full cooperation and timely bits of advice in matters. I have also enjoyed the friendship and advice and cooperation of Justice Thank You and Justice Bhattacharjee. I would make my speech short, but I can say this, that I have only tried not to deviate from the oath I took when I was sworn in 2009. That is, to act without fear or favor and affection or ill will. Now, I have tried to live to that oath, and I always believed that what you are adjudicating is the cause of people, one versus another or one versus others. So when they ask you to adjudicate on their dispute, they want to know, and they are not versed in law quite often, that why you are deciding X and why you are not deciding Y, and in language which they understand. That is what they read, or if they are illiterate, they will ask somebody else to translate for them and to tell them that for this reason, this is the decision. And of course, following the jurisprudence or considering the jurisprudence we have, the academics in law, the jurists in law, the judges, we have a system of following precedents. They would also expect the judges to cite the law, lay down the law, and give legal reasons. So you have to combine both of them so that the ordinary litigant knows how the case has been decided, and also there is some material for the experts. And also another principle that I believed in is that one who comes to court, whether it's a private individual or the government, will not come to court for nothing. He has other things to do. Now, when his petition or his appeal is before you, just don't throw it away. Just don't be cursory about it, but look into it, that if at all he has a case which the court can deal with. And another thing is that I have realized that if you carefully go into the matter, you will find that law has a deep connection with morality. If you know nothing about law, assume that you know nothing about law, and a particular case is presented to you, and you think that this should be the decision, you will find that the finger of law is also pointing in that direction, whether you call it law or you call it equity. I would consider myself blessed and privileged to have been posted here, and I would thank all those persons who were responsible for my posting here, because in this about 11 months I have had a wonderful experience and a most fruitful experience. I have found this court not only with a magnificent structure, a first-class infrastructure, state-of-the-art, and whoever has come here during my tenure, Supreme Court judges or former High Court judges or sitting High Court judges, lawyers, they have said that they have not seen such a magnificent courthouse in India. That is the remark they have made. And the officers, the staff, they are most well trained, very devoted, and unlike their contemporaries or their compatriots in other parts of the country, at any time, any hour, they would do any work to assist the judge. This is the novelty of this place. And as far as the bar is concerned, the etiquette that the bar follows is most remarkable, and I was absolutely charmed by the behavior, the tradition, the culture of the bar in the court. Never argued with the judge, always made arguments with simplicity and with humility. And that you could make out from the most heart-touching speech made by the learned Advocate General and the speech made by the Deputy Solicitor General. As the Advocate General of this state, with his position, his erudition, knowledge of law, it is very difficult. I have not found any Advocate General in other states with so much of humility and kindness and so much of the spirit of cooperation and fair submissions in court. So also to a great extent with the Deputy Solicitor General and other law officers of the school, of the court, of the state, being the Additional Advocate General. Another thing which has impressed me in this state is that the public interest litigations here are very constructive. In other places, you will find public interest litigation asking for directions of the court that the police has not given me permission to hold a rally in place A. I will hold a rally there, or some other political issue. But here it is really constructive, and the petitioners in these public interest litigations are really conscious of the good of the population here. And very importantly, there has been no interference by anybody in the judicial process. Not a single politician has sought appointment to visit me. Not a single administrator has sought such an appointment, and not a single man in business, private business, has tried to become friendly with the judge. So this is a place where the judiciary seems to be really independent, and I hope it continues to be so. Such is not the situation in other parts of the country, and I do not think this is the occasion to discuss that. And most of all, you live in one of the, if not the most beautiful parts of India, where nature's beauty is unparalleled. The climate is congenial for the judiciary and the legal profession. And the culture is such that you are kind of one nation within a nation, well integrated. Please remain so. And with those feelings and with those joyous feelings, I leave this place because the time has come when I have to go. I wish I could stay here a little longer, but no, I have to go. And I wish that my successor will also find a place in your hearts and will also carry this court forward as I have tried to do. And I would end by saying that in this long innings of more than 16 and 17 years, there has been those changes which now occur to me at the close of my speech, that all those people who were there at my swearing in 2009, many of them are now no more. My father was there to bless me. My father-in-law was there. My wife's grandfather was there. And many others who were there in that gathering are now not in the world of the living. My mother, fortunately, about 90 years old, is there, and she would love to see me tomorrow. And I also very warmly acknowledge the support of my wife, my son, and now my son's newly wedded daughter-in-law in my journey here. And I thank all of you, and I ask God to bless all of you with a very fruitful and happy life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lordship, for your address. With your Lordship permission, we'll close the proceeding now. Proceeding is closed, and I request that all present to join us for a photo session and lunch at the annex building.
You're very nice, handsome.
Thank you. I thought